Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
Oh, hi there, lucky little people. David here, One Up Gaming. Welcome back to the One Up Gaming podcast, episode 399. So close to the big 400. What guests, what people are we going to have on? Or are we just going to do a normal show? That's the surprise. Waiting for next week. Depending how tired I am, really. But, you know, we'll see. We'll go through things. We'll see how we do. So, as always, game-inspired music. Buy the album. Stream the album. 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. Buy our books from Amazon. Just go to any Amazon store and search either the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. And all of these are, I think the N64 is 250 something pages, and the PlayStation and the Saturn ones, they're over 290 pages. Each page is full of screenshots, full of facts, full of console history, details, controllers, all that good stuff. So give it a go, see what you think, and buy our books, please. So we're going to go through this week's games played. And we've also got the 10 minutes of nothing coming up later. So first of all, let's just go through the games played this week. So first of all, Fantasy Fighters. Now this, I don't know what I was expecting. It looked like a really budget looking 2D fighting game. But when I've actually, we got, let's have a look. Review. Yeah, all these games were sent to us to review, so these can count as mini reviews. So Fantasy Fighters, I thought it was going to be like a little 2D side-scrolling fighting game, but it turns out that you're like a turn-based strategy fighting sort of thing. And the graphics are crap, the animation is non-existent, the sound is almost non-existent. It just is bad. It really is bad. You control, there's like 4 or 5 factions to control, but they all control the same. They all just have different, they all like move the same and everything, and they just have a different static screenshot per person, and it's just bad. It is just a really bad game. So have a look at the screenshots, have a look at the video playing in the background, and yeah, just stay clear of it. Fantasy Fighters is crap. I do not recommend it. It's a bad game. So yeah, Fantasy Fighters rubbish. So next up, we have Ikonei Island, and I apologise if I said that wrong, but I am thick. And this one is a isometric top-down full 3D sort of game. It's got a bit of like the RPG sort of hack and slashy sort of gameplay mixed in with the like building and like the Minecrafty sort of stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't enjoy the game. It looks alright, it plays alright, but for me it's just not in the league of any of these big name games. I am at a stage in life where I like certain games and I can get along with certain other games, but when people are just making blatant rip-offs and copies of certain games but adding nothing to the mix and just hoping they can sell them for like a tenner and people will buy it because of the price, I think it's getting quite bad. I really do. So this game, technically speaking, is head and shoulders above Fantasy Fighters, but I just still didn't think it was very good. So next up we have Richman 11. So again, I got sent this to review. Now I'm going to be an idiot. I could have just googled it, but I didn't. I don't know if this is the 11th game or if it's based on some sort of franchise that's called Richman 11. I don't know. But it is just a Mario Party style game. A full a roll dice game board, and you do mini games and stuff. It's just it doesn't seem to have the whimsical style of the Mario games. It's still I don't know why I'm coughing. It's still really good little graphics. Everything looks nice, everything looks detailed. Things play well, frame rates right well. It just lacks that sort of bit of soul. And I just think that you might as well just make most of these games that'll be buying this, will be buying it for the Switch, I'd have a guess. You might as well just buy Mario Party for the Switch. It's head and shoulders above this game, and Mario Party I still think is shit. So that's how bad I think this game is. Technically speaking, it's good. It's just how stale everything is. It doesn't have that proper grabbing atmosphere and stuff. Yeah. Again, it's been a bad week for me, hasn't it? So next up we have Ready Steady Ship, and this one is a top-down, full 3D, physics-based ship-in sort of game. So it's as if you're working for the Amazon Prime. Jesus. And you have to get all the boxes on the conveyor belt, set the conveyor belts up, and get to the exit within a certain time to complete the challenge. I quite enjoyed this. I found it fun and really exciting. And there is like multiplayer options in there, so if you have a multiplayer party game, this could really be fun. You know, pushing people out of the way, knocking them over, getting your boxes to the end and all that kind of stuff. Really good little game, but again, it's just like a party little game. It's got no real single player, it's got no real story. It is just built for pick up and play and just the amazing party aspects of it. But I would say that as a full game, it's probably this week's best full game. So yeah, it's got that going for it, hasn't it? It's actually a really fun little game. So we'll move on to the next game, and it's called Mothered. And this is a really, really, really low budget, really rubbish 3D game engine used. It looks like one of those game maker sort of games. It's got hardly any animation. The backgrounds are blurry as hell. But the story had me gripped. It had me wanting to play and keep playing. And it is just a simple game. Like, you wake up in the morning, come downstairs, your mum's there, you talk to her. Then you go into the garden where she is, talk to her. Go back upstairs to bed. She's waiting in bed, creeping you out like you wouldn't believe. And then you go to bed, wake up, and go downstairs, have your breakfast, speak to your brother, where he says that it's not real food, it's just mud. How dare you even think it's real food, and blah blah blah. And it's just batshit crazy how the whole game keeps piling and piling and piling things on. And I can tell you what I think is happening, but I don't want to because it sounds batshit crazy if what's happening is what I think is happening. It might be nothing like that, but from what I've played so far, it is an amazing story. It's a shame that the game engine's crap, the graphics are crap, but the all-important story and narrative just hook you. And it is a really, really good, fun little game, and I was really enjoying it. It's one of the only games that I haven't deleted, and I will be coming back to it for more. It's a really good game. I really recommend Mothered. No, it's not going well, is it? So next up we have Flightpath, and this one was sent to us to review. Of course it was, and it's a twin sticky sort of vertical shooter. In the, I was going to say R-Type, but that was a horizontal shooter. What the hell was a vertical shooter? Swiv? Mega Swiv? Can't really think of any of the others. I'm just so used to being like horizontal shooters. Anyway, it's one of those games where it's like full 3D polygons on a flat plane. It's not brilliant. It doesn't play great. It's smooth. It's nice, but but it also mixes in story elements. So you're doing certain things, and then you actually have to make a landing at a certain planet, speak to people, fix up your ship, move along, do other bits and bobs. And if you're into vertical shooters, it could be a nice little game to get. I just didn't seem to feel it had the momentum, just didn't feel right. It just felt a little bit off. But graphically speaking, it looked nice, it played well enough. I just feel as though some of these games are just made to a budget and released and hoped for the best. And the last game that we've been playing this week is called Road to Exotics. And this one is a really bad, I'd have a guess, mobile racing game converted over to Steam. And it is just a behind the car view endless scroller type where you have to dodge cars. Certain coloured cars will either drift towards you, drift away from you, or randomly move on track as you're trying to get through. And depending on the mission of the game that you're playing, it's either overtake all the cars within the time limit, or it's get to a certain point on the track within a certain time. It played okay, it just looked horrendous, and the feeling of the car and the handling's not the best. It's more like a slot car racer sort of game. And yeah, graphics aren't great, very simple, almost flat shaded polygons. And yes, that's probably what they were going for. But I just didn't feel as though it was there, and it just didn't grab me. And yeah, so all in all, I would say the best overall game was Ready Steady Ship. But if you're a single player person, Mothered, I'd say you need to give that a go just to play the game, because it is batshit crazy. And before we go, I would like to mention we have, I'm gonna get the name wrong. Is it Pictori? Is it Pictori? Oh, that's the wrong one. I really wish I knew what I was doing half the time. You are not logged in. I know. So, yeah, Pictori AI. So, Pictori AI is I got an email sent, and I was given some free samples to use, and it's like a script to video AI. So I just thought I'll just write some proper crazy stuff and see how it goes. And technically speaking, if you paid like £20 a month for this service, you get the video made and edited fully for you. You get the captions fully added to it. You get the music added to it, and you can also have a AI voice the script. And I'm bloody amazed. I am absolutely amazed. I think I've got 3 crazy videos up there at the minute. One was about Bigfoot, one was about the flat earth, and one was about Prince Charles being a vampire. And the first one I tried to edit myself into it, because I only have the free sort of service. I couldn't do the AI narration, so I had to narrate it myself, and I can't speak for toffee half the time. So I'm trying to talk through this. So the first one, the flat earth one, I tried to add, I'd cut myself into the video as well, so I edited myself in, dropped myself in while doing the narration. The other 2 I haven't, I've just done the voiceover, and amazing. Really, really amazing. We have I'll put the Pictori AI link in the description on here. And yeah, it is an amazing service. I really think it was fun. I enjoyed the fact of just putting like some random crap up there and watching the videos being made. And it just takes a couple of minutes, and like we got like 8-minute videos out of it. It's just like, yeah, absolutely amazing, great. So that's what I would recommend. I think it's a great little service, and we have some, and I called it Unveiling the Deception, and they're all just really sort of like cheap, nasty videos, but considering I just wrote a script and dumped it down, it's amazing. I was proper gobsmacked at how good it was. So that's the games being played this week for episode 399 of the One Up Game podcast. So we'll have a quick break, and we'll be back after this quick break, because I just said we'll have a quick break.